Well, guys, man, the Chicago Sky blow another huge lead in the third quarter as the Washington Mystics defeat the Chicago Sky 79-72 in the Commissioner's Cup. And it's another setback for the Chicago Sky. Turnovers was the key and they collapsed. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, the Chicago Sky collapsed again in the third quarter against the Washington Mystics. They fall in tonight's contest, 79-72. Now, the third quarter has been a problem for the Chicago Sky all season long. When they hold a big lead in the third quarter coming out of halftime, it just seems like the third quarter, they collapse. And sometimes some of the lineups that Tyler Marsh has on the court, it doesn't make sense. He's used to setting Carmelo Cardoso and Angel Reese at the same time, and they be watching these leads evaporate in the third quarter. And once these teams get hot, they can't cut their water off. And we saw another game tonight with the Washington Mystics was down 12 in the third quarter. And this time, turnovers was the key to the Washington Mystics comeback. Now, we all know that Chicago was playing some good ball coming off their win at Connecticut, right? And we thought that Chicago would pick up a little momentum, and we thought Tyler Marsh had things figured out. But in a sense, I don't think Tyler Marsh has really figured it out. The rumors are swirling about Tyler Marsh being on the hot seat. But after 10 games, you start to figure out your team's identity. And I still think that Chicago Sky don't have an identity. Now, Angel Reese did take accountability for her 7 turnovers she had tonight. You can't have more turnovers than you have assists. She had 5 assists tonight. She played exceptionally well outside the turnovers, her defensive intensity. I think she took the matchup between Kiki Arifin personal. She did some great things out there. Angel Reese finished the game on 7 of 13 from the field. She shot over 50% from the field. She was 3 or 4 from the free throw line. She played 35 minutes. And that's what you want to see in a young star like her, playing a lot of minutes, because I think she can absorb them minutes. She's still young. And the thing about basketball, you just got to be in shape. She did have 10 rebounds. She had 17 points. Carmelo Cardoso played really effective down in that low post. She was finishing at the basket. She had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block. She only had 2 turnovers. She shot the ball 8 of 13 from the field. And also Ariel Atkins chipped in with 10. And Rebecca Allen in the starting lineup, she had 7. And Kia Nurse, man, 3 points, man. The inconsistency of Kia Nurse. But what happened was Chicago turned the ball over too many times. They had 25 turnovers, and the Washington Mystics had 40 points off of their turnovers. And Angel Reese took accountability for her turnovers, and she said it's unacceptable. She has to be better, trying to help her guards out. But it seems like an individual on the opposite team always torches the Chicago Sky. This time, it was in the likes of Brittany Sykes, a.k.a. Slim. She had 32 points, man. She was 13 to 24 from the field. She was 4 or 5 from 3-point range and 2 or 3 from the free throw line. So she had it stuck on a heater all night long, but Chicago is killing herself in the third quarter. They got to clean it up. They got to find a way to clean up these third quarters, man, because it seems like it's a trend for Chicago in the third quarter to blow these leads and let these teams come back and get a stranglehold on the game. And once Chicago gets behind, it's hard for them to catch up. It's hard for them to withstand a barrage and, pull these games out. The game was still close. Game was still up for the taking in the waning balance of the game. The waning minutes of the game, it was 75-72. And Brittany Sykes missed the pull-up jumper, and the rebound was there for the taking. I just thought Camilla just didn't go for the ball, let Kiki Harrison off down, and 77-72 with like 15-16 seconds left, and it was a wrap from there. A heartbreaking loss from Chicago, but the turnovers did them in. And let's take a listen to what Angel Reese had to say in the post-game press conference as she sat down with Ariel Atkins. Let's take a listen.
For me, 7 turnovers just can't happen. I mean, I know I'm trying to make good plays and I'm looking for the right pass and I'm trying to relieve my guards and then try to get the open pass. I got to be better. And that's on me. I'm going to take that for the turnovers because they scored 40 points off of our 25 turnovers and 7 of those were mine. So we cleaned that up. Obviously, we can see that we could have won this game. So we're definitely going to look at ourselves, obviously, tonight because we were up most of the game first quarter, second quarter. And then our third quarter just haven't been very strong.
Just a quick follow on that. You mentioned the volume that they were able to score off of that. What do you think was so effective in the way that they were able to get out and score once they created those?
Yeah, they're just pressuring us and pressure bust pipes. If we don't maximize off that, then obviously they're going to maximize off of it. And they did. I mean, to score 40 points off of 25 turnovers is literally unacceptable. Especially just for myself. It's just not okay.
Carly to Naomi.
And Ariel, you mentioned the third quarter. That's kind of just been a trend all season. Is there anything that you can pinpoint as to why the third quarter is where some of these collapses have happened? Is there anything that you guys can really pinpoint that to?
No, that's what we got to figure out. I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. That's what we got to figure out. We figure that out. We're rolling.
Yeah. Angel, you and Camila really controlled the pace, and the whole team as a whole did a great job in that first half, but then things kind of tumbled in the second half, obviously. How disheartening is it when you see that effort isn't being translated to wins?
Yeah. I saw it in a little bit of the third quarter, and I was like, we're losing 50-50 balls. Like, we have to get those because they're maximizing off of all of our turnovers, and we're not maximizing off theirs because they definitely was turning over. Or we missed the rebound, or we missed the steal, or the second chance, and they scored on it every single time. And you don't get that too often. Like coming down to it, that last shot at the end where they got the rebound and got the offensive rebound. And I take that personal, especially for somebody named Camilla. We rebound really well, and obviously they have three great big bigs. So we try to take it personal, but we have to be better. Like, we can't just look and just try to out jump everybody. We have to go in there and rebound.
We'll go back to Julia, then Chris.
You heard what Angel had to say, man. And she pointed out a few things, man, that is key in that post-game press conference. She's talking about that last rebound. Just can't go in there. You got to box out and you got to go for it. And she said Chicago was losing a lot of 50-50 balls, which is absolutely correct. It's about effort on these 50-50 balls. And I pointed it out myself, that last rebound. I thought that Camila Cardoso could have got in there and got that rebound. And I don't know if Angel Reese is frustrated and she saw the same thing that I saw, and a lot of people saw, that you got to get that rebound, man. Like she said, missed rebound here, there, missed steal here, there. And the 50-50 balls, that cost the game. But the turnovers, man, cost the game. But Tyler Marsh got to do a better job of coaching, man. He got to do a better job with his rotation, man. putting players in the game that are going to benefit him. I don't know why he's so hell-bent over Rachel Banham being in the game. Let Haley Van Lith cook, man. I think Haley Van Lith is starting to get her confidence up and is showing people what she's capable of doing, but you got to let her go. She shouldn't have to look over her shoulder, worried about if Rachel Banham is going to come in if she makes a mistake. Tyler Marsh is going to pull her out. You got to let Haley go. I think Haley's getting her confidence and her continuity with the starters and the first team when she gets in there and plays alongside Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese and Carmela Cardoso. But this Rachel Banham experiment, man, has to come to a quick, immediate halt. Tyler Marsh, you got to get it together, man. The rumors are already swirling about you being on the hot seat, but you got to correct some things. But I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap, and we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.